see. Let's see if this works. Looks like we are going live. So what is up, everybody? For anyone who, I don't know, still wanted to know whatever happened after the fact, yeah, so it was an interesting experience. It was different than last year. Um, Last year, it was almost like they knew it was going to be a struggle to finish the race period. And so they were just kind of going for it and, you know, seeing what happened. This year, the stoke was high, and it still is. And it's going to take a minute, right? It stings. Um, but the stoke was high, and, we were getting on that podium, like, because we came under time and, did what we had to do. Um, so I think the reaction was kind of commensurate with the stoke. So the opposite of it became, um, kind of just bewilderment, sadness, just the loss of that expectation um, that they were, you know, holding on to because you came here to win and you came here because you love to drive fast and do these things. And why not make it fun? And why not compete and push yourself and see where you stack up? I get it. Love it. I mean, Megan and Derek don't ever have to place, and as long as I'm able to support them in a way that I can, I will. Um, yeah, I'm just so proud of what she did and how she did it and how they did it together. The composure that they had in the vehicles was, solid. Uh, the communication outside of the vehicles, did get a couple comments from friends who were like, are their comms on? Are they, you know, are they are they able to hear each other? And I haven't gotten the chance yet to sit down with Derek and Megan in like some official capacity to like interview them, but um, I do think that's in order. Maybe give them some time, let them like shake this one off and figure out whatever it is on their minds that is tugging and saying like, well, maybe you could have done this or that, or you know what, it wasn't in our hands, and just reconcile those thoughts, get to a better place, give it just enough time, and then go back and make all the same mistakes again. Like go race again. It's funny. I'm just so stoked and like excited to have been a part of their whole deal. You know, I mean, look at that. Look what's on the back of the trailer. Like, look how big that is on the back of the trailer. That's I call that love right there. And I felt the love, and they totally supported everything I was doing with Fast Friends, and you know with no expectation. I mean, I always, they're always the friends who are top of mind for promotion to somebody I'm working with who maybe has something that could help them, move forward. And it's not a big long list at all. you know, and Derek and Megan have always been at the top of that. In my, you know, in my heart, just wanting to see them do well and being proud of having friends who are going after these dreams of, greatness and journeys of self worth. Um, once that's out of the way, everything else is just fun, right? It takes a while, but they've got this lifestyle, the two of them, that is just like, let's enjoy this life while we're here, and that's amazing. It's beautiful, and I love it, and I think that's why me and my wife get along with them. Like I too believe that I'm pretty freaking. I don't know. They always say like he married up. I believe it. I married way up, and you find the right woman, you find the right man, and things get so much easier in life because there's this inherent need to fill that other half. There's a reason why the pieces fit together, and that's because it's just the way things go, and sometimes you find those pieces in other people in different ways, right? So I think they found that in each other, and it makes it so much easier and cooler to be part of what they're doing um, here at Hammers in the NorCal Rock Racing Series Ultra 4. Uh, I'm excited about this stuff. Like we could do other cool broadcasts. I could help them do their broadcasts and manage it from home. It's an amazing world we're living in. I hope all of you out there have that appreciation for how lucky we are, especially in this country, to have what we have and be able to get what we want to get, but have to work for it, right? Um, Unfortunately, sometimes you don't work for it. Uh, yeah, I feel like that's turning though. So yeah, we won't go uber political here on this post show. Just talking to Derek. Um, his positivity is always like an overarching theme. Like he might get stressed or, agitated or whatever it is, but the humor and I feel like he's an inherently non-friendly person is what our boy is. And I think that's why I like him so much. So much. It's just, there's just people out there that you're like, it's almost like, oh my God, I think that sounds too bad to even make the analogy to it. I'll say it anyways. It's like when your friend's dog finally likes you, like it's that feeling of like, oh shit, like I could pet his hair and he's not gonna punch me in the nose. He'll think it's funny because that's what my funny friend Ali did, and that's why I like Derek so much. And then, you get somebody like Megan, and she's just, going for it, making it count. Like, let's do this. If let's do this was a mantra, um, it would be her mantra. Um, so, back here at home base, the car came in. Of course, Megan and Derek would never go up on the stage if they didn't make it properly, like if they didn't actually qualify. And, they came underneath the time cap. Seems like by a decent, amount of time, like 30 minutes. Technically, doesn't seem actually like that much time given how long they're on that track. But that's kind of like the guesstimate number. It's around, I don't know. I don't know the details. It's just they were under or over. Sorry, they were over their the time cap, and uh, event ended at 6:40 official. And then whatever adjustments I guess would be made would have been made, but I don't think there was anything that was putting them anywhere they needed to be uh, to have actually finished. So now it's like focus on the next series of events. They will be racing this year throughout the western part of Northern California, I believe, like the western part of the United States, but I think more towards NorCal, um, given that the name is NorCal Rock Racing Series. Uh, and then there's some Ultra 4 races, and those go into different places. Like I think Prim is one of the spots, or no, was it Reno? I think it's Reno. Um, but we'll figure out getting a calendar together, maybe kind of touching up the website or something, figuring out how we can get the information well organized so that you can follow along with Megan and Derek and just really understand what's happening, whether it's their YouTube feed, these live feeds, um, you know, just updates, uh, calendar, right? Calendar. Make sure we have a calendar, um, and you know where to find them at MDM Off Road. I think the real show is going to be when I can sit down with Megan and Derek. But honestly, tonight it was fun. Everyone was kind of hanging out, ate some hot dogs and burgers. Um, Jacob left to go to the store. I thought that was a good idea, so I followed. Uh, we came back to a ghost town, and good enough. Like they deserved the rest. It was like a long, hard day, and they did really good. They did really, really good. The car did really, really good. Now, you're like, oh, if they did really, really good, they'd have, yeah, I am not making excuses for anyone, but new car, continuing to work on her seat time. And next year is going to be a different story. We're going to have an entire year of seat time, of these two beings getting to know one another with like the third wheel thrown in the form of Derek. Um, they're gonna become friends. You know, I mean, have you ever seen a horse movie where it didn't take a minute to like get the horse to calm the fuck down, right? Like that's it. Like Megan just needs to calm her horse the fuck down and work together, and kind of be more of an extension of herself. So that's what this year is going to be. That's what this race was. It was that first big massive step to really break in that car for her. And I know all she wanted to do was win, and we want her to win too. But it's not winning's not important. It's not in this case. Like it's like getting out there and getting it done, learning from what worked, what did not work, um, what could be done differently. I don't know. They're gonna probably debrief a lot and talk a lot about all kinds of different stuff. Uh, the crew was super positive. The crew seemed like they had like a really good time. It was really interesting hearing like how a lot of the team would pull double duty. Like Jacob and Cody are working things out, I guess, for other people at Remote Pit too, which is really interesting. And I don't know if it was like a one-off incident or what, but I heard the story goes like there's like three sets of people's tools, like just crews tools, just intermixed, getting like work done for one another. Like I don't know exactly what that looked like, but it sounded really really rad. Um, so they had a good time. Uh, Everybody came back jazzed. We were not stoked, that Megan didn't get what she wanted, but we were. I think all of us were collectively jazzed that it just looked so good, and really running every mile with them for the most part on this live feed was the most incredible thing I've done uh, in racing. To be able to just follow the one driver's co-driver that I like. Um, and the thought of being able to do that with other drivers I like in this series, and pulling that together into a cool broadcast show, um, that that is just, whether it's Dave Cole's series of rock races or the NorCal series, like it'd be cool to, like, be able to follow along with some of your favorite people. But for sure, these two favorite people will be there every time I can make it happen, and probably Taylor can make this happen herself. So um, I am just happy to be here. Hi, how's it going? I'm Ollie, and thanks for watching. Questions? Send them a DM at MDM Offroad. Any questions for me, fast friends? By all means, shoot me a WhatsApp at fastfriends.fun, and happy to let you know what it's all about. But huge thanks to all the partners that have made this possible for Megan and Derek. And it's an incredible place that they're at. Like, the car is amazing, and honestly, nothing broke. They lost one tire, and like, even that to them is like amazing. They looked really good. They were really solid, and they couldn't have been without uh, brand support like Milestar, um, MDM Construction, which is Derek's way of sponsoring himself with a cool logo for his construction company. To push MDM Motorsports, Motive Gear. Sounds like Motive is one of the very few companies that makes the right gears for the type of what you might call it, differentials that his vehicle has, or Megan's vehicle has, and yeah. So having their support seems like it's like a no-brainer, and they are really happy to have that relationship. Raceline wheels, like those wheels that they had, I've said it before, I'll say it again in this little quick post recap, but those were straight like fire. And I didn't really take a look at them, but the car came back surprisingly good. Like, it's pretty amazing. Um, like, the vinyl looks good. It looks like you're gonna hose this off and have a car that still looks pretty brand new. So that makes me feel like, you know, we were like, what did I say? I said fiscally conservative and um, cautiously reckless. Like, that's racing at the level where you don't have fuck you money. We have to race the entire year money. Um, and it kind of changes the approach. Uh, I don't think a single one of us would have been bummed, you know, to see her beat up that car, but it was really cool to see it come back, essentially in what would be considered one piece, after going through one of the world's hardest, gnarliest rock races, period, in the world, just gnarly, called King of the Hammers. And this was the 2025 King of the Hammers, presented by Optima and Ford Performance. And they raced today's Yokohama Tire Everyman Challenge race, and you'll get the 4800 Legends, 4400, 4500, and 4600 class cars. They drive a 4500, and sounds like, for what it's worth, Megan was doing really, really, really good, and I think that little bit extra could come down to just giving it the beans when maybe you normally wouldn't, and maybe trusting the car is not going to buck you to the moon. If you just lay in on it like through the desert more, who knows? And I think that's what Megan's going to learn. Following this, she's an amazingly smart individual who seems to have really, really grown into racing quite naturally, and it makes sense why Derek's backing her. I mean, granted, also his wife. So wife gets what wife gets, whatever she wants. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm happy to be here. Send your questions wherever they need to go. But thank you for joining me for a little post KOH little wrap up. At least on my end. Uh, God, I didn't even get into my experiences today of just being here by myself. It was like half cathartic, half like anxiety inducing, where I was so nervous about this damn feed and all those things. But I don't know. We could chat about that later, I guess. Take care, guys. Have a good night. And just gonna check real quick, see if we had any comments. No. Okay. Cool. Um, I will try to get something going with Megan and Derek uh, following the race, and once they've had time to kind of relax, unwind a little bit. So more to come. Thank you again, and really excited that we got to bring you the action from Megan and Derek's car today. Thanks to the Stream View kind of setup, or Star Stream setup, Stream View, Star Stream setup that kind of managed that whole experience in terms of the cameras working and sending out, properly. And then, the fact that we were able to download some free software and make something really cool was awesome. So with that, have a good night. This is me signing off from King of the Hammers. It's been one of my favorite experiences this year. Super grateful for this event, and thankful that it continues to be put on and a place where I can go to feel like a part of myself that I don't always get to feel like. So, you know what I'm talking about. All right.